everyone. Today I am showing Amazon finds with you. These are, some of them are repeat purchases and some of them are newer within the past, few weeks, couple weeks. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and start with beauty. I'm going to start with sunless tanners. Now, we've all tried them. They have such a variety out there, but I'm going to be talking about the two that I keep using the most. Now, the first one, this one is by Jergen's Instant Sun. But this one, if you were looking for a lower price point but does the job, this is a good one. Excuse me, I'll put a picture here. I did one leg here and the other one, obviously I didn't, just for comparison. Now this one doesn't dry out your skin. Some of them do dry out your skin quite a bit, and that is kind of a nuisance just because it's drying out your skin. So you have to make sure with sunless tanners, because of the color, I believe it's DHA, that is what's drying out your skin. So anyway, this one does not dry out my skin as much. This one takes a little bit longer to develop. Even though it says instant tan, you have to make sure that your skin is dry, like with most of them, before you put on your clothing or get into bed. I used older pajamas that are long sleeve, thin for the summer, and that are, all the way full set of pajamas, just so when I jump into bed, if anything's going to come off, it'll be on the pajamas, not on my sheets. And they all, even though they all say it doesn't transfer, they still do. In my opinion, I still see some towels with a little bit of discoloration, but nothing too crazy. So anyway, this one does do the job and it works, and again, at a great price point. And this one is in deep bronze. I find that if I don't go really dark and just go with medium or light, it kind of defeats the whole purpose, and my skin color doesn't change to the color I'm looking for, which is a dark tan. And just be sure, again, like with all sunless tanners, before you apply any sunless tanner, even if it's a gradual tanner, exfoliate your skin. You've got to make sure and do that to slough off all the dead skin cells, especially in your elbows, your knees, your ankles. That's going to catch first, just like when you color your hair. If you have dry spots, that's where color tends to stick the most. So again, just be sure and exfoliate very well. After your color has developed, be sure and moisturize. That is the key with sunless tanners. Moisturize, moisturize. Okay, the one I've been loving the most, and keep in mind this one is a little bit pricier, but it does what I want it to do. And this is Loving Tan. This is the 2-Hour Express. Now they do have the normal coloring time on some other ones, but with me, I'm impatient. I want color. Usually I do it at night before bed. So anyway, again, 2-Hour Express. It's Deluxe Bronzing Mousse. It is in the dark for medium to dark skin tones. Again, I just want it dark. With this one, it shows like a color tint to it immediately, and that's to show where you're applying and to make sure you get all the areas. Now, this one doesn't do that, but it does show some color, but not like this one. This one, I mean, it is dark. You got to make sure and get all the areas. And again, that tint does show you where you're applying. That tint will also wash off whenever you shower. But again, your tan does develop underneath that. But yeah, so don't freak out. The first time I did it, I applied it all over. It looked like I had chocolate on, but I made sure to get all the areas. And then when I jumped in the shower 2 hours later, all of it was, going down the drain. I thought, oh my God, I'm washing it off, but you're not. the tan does develop, because that next morning it looked beautiful and it worked very well. And I do have it on now. I usually do it once a week, and it stays on. It lasts several days. And I will put a picture here of my tan the next morning after I've done it. And you can also reapply and get a darker color. This is such a good one. Just like with all of them, the more you apply, the darker you get. But I don't know, this has been my favorite. And I apply both of these whenever I'm using them with a mitt. These mitts work wonders. One, you're not staining your hands, your nails, all of that. And you can just rub it in very well, whether you're doing one side or the other. As far as my back goes, my husband helps me with that, and it blends in very well. I do not have any, if you can see, no streaking or blotches, anything like that. It blends very well. In addition to that, I use this. I bought this also, and this is what I also use. It is very soft. This is what I use to get in, areas like this, go down my hands. I do under my neck with this, and I tan right up under my neck. If you want to do your face, you can, but I get those hard areas like on the top of my feet, my toes, so that way you aren't left with streaking. Another one that I've used if I want a gradual tan or in between, my 1 week applications, I use this one by St.Tropez. They also have great tanning products, but this one I do mix in with my body lotion. I know some people apply it on their face into their facial moisturizer. That is also something that you can do. So with my makeup, I just change up the color of my makeup or do more bronzing. Okay, now we're done with the tanning. Another thing is, if you love the beauty blenders, sponges, I still do. I use makeup brushes, pretty much with everything, but I love to use blenders for my concealer. So I got these from Amazon. They're the PAW PAW Wonder Blender, and these are it here. Oh my gosh, these are so soft. I mean, this is one that I used this morning, just super soft. It blends everything in like I needed to, no blotching or anything like that. Guys, I do not, just to let you know, I do not wash them. I just use them as much as I can and I throw them away. I know, I just feel like I cannot get them to wash very well unless it takes too much time basically to be washing these. But I use them over and over and over, so I do get good use out of them. And again, I only use it for my concealer, so I don't think it's a bad deal. And another thing that I cannot live without are these LUMIFY Eye Drops. If you are waking up, you need to do on video, you need to do a Zoom call, meetings, things like that, these are a lifesaver. All you need is one drop. And again, if you wear contacts, if you have dry eye, that, you want to make sure and consult with your ophthalmologist or whatever. They whiten your eyes, and I believe it stays that way. Your eyes stay bright and awake for like 4 hours, and you're able to do it once a day. Anything else, again, you want to talk to your eye doctor. I've purchased sunglasses from Amazon, many pairs. In my last video, I talked about those sunglasses, but I just found these. They are so pretty, and what I like about them, and again, different colors on Amazon site as well, but what I like about these is they do not touch my cheeks. If you are one that is bothered by that, I'm the one. Anyway, when I smile, they are not touching the tops of my cheeks. That, when it's hot and humid, that will rub off your makeup, and They're not heavy to where they're going to be sliding down and touching my cheeks. Even if they slide down, they are still not touching. And once I discover that with these, I'm going to get another pair. I like to wear them for about a week or so to make sure the fit is what I like before I splurge on another pair. If you love changing up your earrings on a daily basis or every now and then, I get it. I understand. I am one of those. There are days where I just want small, dainty earrings. I'm not feeling the big hoops or anything like that. And then there's times where I want a hoop or a bigger earring. Well, I just got these from Amazon. Now, I have purchased other earrings from them in the past. I have not had any issues, no discoloration, and they are not heavy. So I saw this pack right under $12. You cannot go wrong for 6 pair. And you get these here. I'm going to put a picture here. You get all these. And today I am wearing these hoops. They are lightweight, but at the same time, you feel that you have them on. They're not super lightweight to where you're thinking, do I have these earrings on? And they come in a pack like this, and just such pretty different pairs. They have these hoops here with the backings on them. And with that said, they also send you, if I can find it here. Yes, here we go. They send you these. So if you want, these rubber backs instead of, the metal, you have that option. And let me tell you, I'm in love with these. I've worn these already. They're light, they're a different shape. You cannot go wrong with purchasing these. They are just different sizes, shapes, and they're great for gifts too, especially right now for graduation. If you have a niece or your daughter, or it is such a great idea. Okay, now let's go on to a little bit of clothing. My husband and I, we went to Florida. We had a wonderful time. So before we went to Florida, I bought a few things to take. So I bought a couple of bathing suits. First one here, if you are one that doesn't like a two-piece because you want to just hide your tummy, you're not comfortable with showing it, this is a good one. And I'll put a picture in here. But this is like a two-piece, but the only thing it shows is just like this small area here, and it's comfortable, it's soft, it's, I have a small, this is a size small, and I wear a D cup. So again, it covers everything in the back. It's not super full coverage, but it's not, riding up. And that is super important to me when I'm looking for a swimsuit, because that is not what I want when I'm walking on the beach or at the pool. And here it goes right over the hip. It's not super high, but it just works. It fits comfortable. And like I said, you can see here in the picture, it's just a beautiful, comfortable swimsuit. And I'm all about comfort at my age. So anyway, and it comes in different colors, and I'm probably going to get another color. And this one is another favorite. This is more, I love black swimsuits. This has cups in it that you can remove. I didn't, just because I didn't want to, be showing anything, especially if you're cold or coming out of the pool. I just left that on, but they're not super thick. And also on that other one, it does come with removable pads. I did take those out of that one. And this one, again, full coverage. You've got, a little bit of see-through, but nothing crazy, comfortable. And I thought it would be uncomfortable around the neck area. It wasn't. Super comfy, stylish. And again, the back, if you can see here, nothing revealing, too crazy, no riding up, which again, that is a must for me. Along with that, I did buy this one last year, a swimsuit cover up. I'll see if they still have it. I believe they do, and I'll link it. This is a little bit more heavier. It's sweater-like. So I did wear it out there on the beach for a little bit, then got a little warm, took it off. But I am more cold-natured, so it doesn't really bother me too much. But I got this in a medium. I believe they do have different colors, but again, comfy and a great cover up. And then I got this little guy, super cute, very popular right now. It fits everything that I needed to fit. We would go to dinners and I just put in what, my necessities, lipstick, my little wallet, and it does have this strap. You can detach it, which I did do a couple of times without it, and it is just such a cute little bag, if you can see here. And like I said, you can add the strap back if you're more of a crossbody person. Okay, last thing here in clothing. Bras are very sensitive for me because I do not like underwire bras, and I do work from home. So whatever bra I'm wearing, I want it to be comfortable. That is super important. I've tried several, and I actually bought some bras from QVC during COVID, I believe, or after all that happened. I believe it was at the end of 20, and I'm still using those. They are that comfortable. They've lost their shape, but as far as the material breaking up, did not. Anyway, so I wanted to find bras just like that. I bought a couple from Nordstrom last year, I believe. I don't know. They're not uncomfortable, but at the same time, I just feel like there's too much going on. If you feel like you have a bra on and you're thinking, okay, you're thinking about it too much, to me, that's uncomfortable. And my cat is talking back there. It's not a baby, a kid. Everybody always says he sounds like a baby. He's just having a moment. So if you hear that, sorry. Anyway, so I found these on Amazon. Actually, somebody else talked about them and I can't remember who it was, but they are super, super soft. There is no underwire. They do have a little bit of padding, which doesn't bother me. I'm thinking, I have not, but it's got this little hole here that you can maybe take out the pad or cut it out if you need to, but it's not detachable. So I've just left it in there. And like I said, I'm okay because the pad is super, it's not thick or bulky or anything like that. And it goes along with the bra itself. It's not one that, the little pads are too small for the cup and they move around. It's nothing like that. So anyway, comfort is again key for me. And what I like is, again, the straps, they are not super thin. They do not dig into my shoulders. I've had some that have done that. And again, I bought it in nude and black. I'm wearing the black today. And what I like also is that it's got these thick straps. They are not uncomfortable. They do not dig into your back, your skin, anything like that. It is just super soft and stretchy. I highly recommend these. I can wear it during the day while I work, and I forget that I even have them on there, that comfortable. And they do fit true to size. They do have a size chart. It doesn't go by the regular normal sizing. It has small, medium, and large, I believe, but it's true to size. Whatever it says, it is true to size. I believe I got the medium. I'm not sure, but anyway, they are true to size. And I do love to have my soda, whether it's my Diet Coke, my Diet Sprite. I want to make sure that it is cold, that it is kept cold. And especially when I work during my lunch, I'm working through my lunch, I want to have it cold. So I found this on Amazon. It's a koozie. You can obviously have it for your beer, or mine is my drink of choice, and you just slide it in. Just, it keeps it cold is what I like. And they have so many different colors, so many different varieties, but I'll link this down below. Okay, if you're still with me, thank you so much for that. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. I love showing all these items from Amazon and other products. And if this is something you like, hit that subscribe button and give it a like, so that way YouTube can push my videos out to others. I'm a new channel, so I do want to start growing my platform here on YouTube. I also, if you're not following me on Instagram, you might want to go follow me there. I do show, other stuff there as well on Instagram, more on a daily basis than I do here on YouTube. So again, go hit that follow over there on Instagram and watch this video next. I'll see you next time.